In her 70s who struggles to walk, pulled from her burning apartment this morning by two neighbors.
And tonight, those two men's heroic efforts are being commended by Terre Haute firefighters. News 10's Brent Frazier is here to share the story of one of those good Samaritans. It is tonight's top story, and Brent, neighbors say this woman was literally burning alive.
Patrice, we are not even certain she survived the fire this morning. The Terre Haute Fire Department still has not released the woman's name, but they willingly offered up the two neighbors who risked their own lives to help save a helpless woman. In bad shape.
Yeah.
James Whitsitt might be one of the few good Samaritans who's not a humble hero. We asked if he considers himself such.
Yeah, if I wouldn't noticed it, his cars would have kept going by, and it'd been just a matter of whatever, and that smoke would just took over.
Whitsitt is one of two residents at the Wabash Senior Citizen Housing who's getting public props from the Terre Haute Fire Department.
They deserve a lot of credit.
For keeping the woman who lives next door from burning alive.
They put the fire out with an extinguisher and pulled her out of the apartment and wrapped her in a blanket.
Whitsitt's grown pretty fond of his neighbor of 2 or 3 years. He says the woman who lives next door, shown here in much younger years, broke her hip some time ago and is supposed to be walking with a cane. Her apartment is Unit 9. James lives in apartment 10. This brick pillar gives you an idea of the thick wall that separates Jim's apartment from hers. Jim's unit is pretty much untouched. James Whitsitt wasn't letting anything come between him and his neighbor today, not the least of which his own illness. See, James suffers from COPD, a lung ailment, and Fire Chief Jeff Fisher says he probably had no business risking the thick smoke himself. Do you think she would have died had you not?
Yes, she would have. Yes, she would have. All that smoke.
Even though we did not meet James Whitsitt's fellow Good Samaritan today, we want to give him his due credit. He is Autry Snavely, and he lives in apartment 16. If that woman in the fire is able to return home, she won't be coming back to Unit 9, at least not until contractors can fix some serious fire damage. Mike.
Thank you very much, Brent.